our goal is to change 1 million lives. I know that's only a drop in the bucket.
Mm.
It's to change 1 million lives inside of that lower socioeconomic class. So the lower workforce, those who would love to be in the workforce but can't get there, those who, for whatever reason, are on subsidized housing or something like that.
Okay, so let's bring this into a spot of business ownership, right? You're a business owner. You probably deal with a lot of business owners. How have you seen positive ways, or really any way, that there's been successful connection to aligning with incentives when it comes to employees and the employer? Has there been anything that you've come across that you've thought, okay, that's a really great way, or here's a new way to think about your incentives and how you can align them and making sure those incentives matter to the team members?
I will say we probably have the most loyal team members of any company I've ever seen. We've experienced some hardships because of interest rates. We're heavy value add folks, so we take on properties that need a lot of work, and in the process we get these variable rate notes. And when the government goes crazy and does something really stupid like 500 and something% increase over 10 months, like that just brutalizes
for sure
work, right? It just brutalizes us. So there's no way for us to get fixed that in the beginning because these properties have been ran by slumlords. You just can't. Okay, it's lucky we can get debt at all. So after we finish them, we move them into long-term fixed rate debt. That's a no-brainer. So hard things, first taking on investors who weren't really aligned with our incentives. They just wanted a return. And then when something like COVID happens, they're like, where's my money? You're like, brother, the COVID just give us a little bit. We got to figure this out. Right. Dealing with those kinds of things and so forth, our employees have been fantastically loyal and have worked through every struggle and turmoil and so forth. I also run a coaching program where we teach people how to do impact investing, how to buy properties and do these types of things. And what we've done is we do a profit sharing module. So our people who join is $20,000. It sounds expensive, but my first guy went through and made 700 something grand his first year. So 20 grand for 700, not bad.
Right.
Pretty good return on your money, right? So I don't feel bad about charging that. It's expensive, and we put our guts into you to make sure you're successful.
Well, and you're making sure it's not about who's in the group, it's who's not in the group too. That's correct. That's a threshold. Yep.
That's a threshold. Absolutely. If you're not aligned, you're not coming in. I don't care about your money. I've already learned that lesson a long time ago. Won't do it. So so we do a profit share model. And so as they make money, we make money. So I make money as my students make money in the beginning because I'm working super hard to help them become successful. And if I'm not making money, because I've done this, I've joined these programs where I don't feel like there was a line. I was a dollar bill. I made my payment. The coach or whoever's running the program couldn't care less if I showed up the next day or not.
Wow.
Right? Because at the end of the day, they already got my payment.
Yeah.
Right. It's human nature. It's incentives.
Totally. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I had a company once, when I think about incentives and alignment, I interviewed them on the show, and they did applicants, basically it was like an Indeed or a Glassdoor, but all together, everything all together. And we were talking about this idea of his is a small company, newer company, if you will. And he said, yeah, we needed help and we needed people who would be loyal and dedicated to us. And it happened to be that a lot of our team members who work from home are stay-at-home moms. And so we thought, okay, how can we help them really know that we care about them and also keep them loyal to us? And so once a month, they send a housekeeper to their home to clean the house, so that
awesome.
That would make them feel like, and they're like, no one quits us. Like they want that. But it's an alignment, right? We don't want you to quit your job. We don't want you to have to go to an office. We want you to be happy. And here's something that we know will make you happy in general and create that loyalty to us. So you giving an incentive program, helping your employees actually learn how to do what you do. That just makes total sense.
I love that. That's fantastic. We have so many people who are remote, and there is an art to gift giving, and I love that. What a great alignment of
Right.
incentives.
Yeah, that's awesome. So tell me a little bit about where you're going. Like, what's the goal? What's the future? I believe so much in the vision of what you're trying to do leads and guides the people around you. So where are you going with this? What's the ultimate goal?
So our goal is to change 1 million lives. I know that's only a drop in the bucket.
Mm.
It's to change 1 million lives inside of that lower socioeconomic class. So the
Mm.
lower workforce, those who would love to be in the workforce but can't get there, those who, for whatever reason, are on subsidized housing or something like that. We do not buy apartment communities that are funded by the government. There's plenty of people that will do that. What we do are these heavy value add projects that others will not touch. The government should incentivize it. Look, I can get 70 affordable homes on the market in 6 to 8 months by taking an apartment complex with 60 or 70 units down and starting the work and getting them done and putting them on the market. Where else can you do that? You can't. There's no other way to put that many homes on the market in that short of time. There's all these distressed communities all over the nation sitting there waiting for somebody who gives a crap to come and do something about it.
So sorry to cut you off, but part of that alignment then means that the person who is hearing this right now, the person who sees what you're doing, who wants to invest in something like this, needs to understand, number one, we're going in and we're actually not only doing good in the world, but it might take you, and I'm guessing, you can correct me on this, it might take you a little longer to get that ROI, but you're looking at the long-term play, what it's doing for the community, as well as, yes, you're going to make some money off of it in eventually, like long-term. They're not coming for the quick flip. They're not coming for the, like you said, huge, 10% return in 6 months, type sucker.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not get rich quick schemers. This is a heavy process. When you flip properties, you're looking at the building itself. You don't give a crud about the residents. You just want to fill it and get out. And I see a lot of people say, oh, we average 30% return to our investors. I'm like, well, you're flipping properties that works in an economy like last year. It doesn't work in economies like today, and it's no lasting impact. You're just 100% focused on the money, which if that's what you are, then great. That's who you are, right? Your number one thing in life is money. It's not our number one thing in life. The money comes. We don't do any job unless we feel like we can at least get a 20% average annualized return.
I want to just point out something, and I don't know if this will help you at all or not, if this touches you at all or not, but I don't think 1 million people is a small amount, right? Like when you said, oh, we're here to help them, the vision is to help 1 million people. Like, who's done that, right? It's got, even if that's your start, even if that's like the next 10-year thing, people listening to this, I want to put out there too, whatever your number is, maybe it's 1,000 people, maybe it's 100 people, whatever, like that's the start, right? And there's a ripple effect that's going to happen no matter what. You help 1 million people, you're not just helping 1 million people, because you're affecting generational change in people. The ripple effect that will happen with that is huge. And I think sometimes we see numbers that I have my numbers, you have your numbers, and we discount them a little bit because there's somebody else out there that's going to throw out a bigger number. We can say big numbers all day long, but until you actually make that impact, it doesn't actually actualize.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Hey, there's no reason to learn how to own your role on your own. If you like that clip, go ahead and click right here for another one. Or if you want to watch the entire podcast, go ahead and click right here. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.